Appreciate you hitting the button. Welcome to the How to Hustle podcast on Hype. This is episode 47. Happy New Year, y'all. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at I am Hype. That's HYMPE. It's Hype. It's not hype. I'm not geeked up. Special guest in the building to top off the new year. Y'all already know International Hype is one of the hashtags, but I always like to keep things local to pump my situation when we can. Introduce yourself to the audience.
You already know it's your guy, DJ JSO, man. I appreciate you having me on the platform, man.
Shouts out to DJ JSO. Y'all know I connect with stations around the country, locally, internationally, all of that type time. So this is how this happens. It's a Philly support Philly situation here.
Yes,
All right,
sir.
let's go through the rundown now, y'all. February 20th, live show. We doing a live show. How to Hustle a live show. 6 o'clock is at 401 Catherine Street. That's the barn out. It's really Baltimore Ave if you from here and you know that. But if you don't, tickets are on sale right now. And I got the Eventbrite. Hit the link in my bio on Instagram, Twitter, on How to Hustle, on the Custom Hustle jerseys, on H2H Clean. Any of my pages, you can hit the link to get the tickets, or I can pull up on you. I got the physical tickets too. But that's February 20th, 6 o'clock, live show. Stay tuned for more announcements from the live show. All right, let's go through the rundown. Mondays is still the E-Block Radio Network. E-Block Radio Network every Monday, 2 o'clock. GFT Radio Network every Tuesday at 2 o'clock. Then we go to Dallas, Texas, to the Kickback app Wednesdays at 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Then we go Thursdays, WTNUphilly.com, 12:30. Then we Friday, I Say Podcast Radio Network at 10 a.m. And then we close it out with the THC Radio Network on Saturdays. We still looking for a Sunday slot, y'all. All right, How to Hustle Seminar is still available. You can still purchase those. Follow my cleaning company at H2H Cleaning. We're here to help, and you follow Custom Hustle Jerseys at Custom Hustle Jerseys. Those are both just on Instagram. Also, Custom Hustle, we now have the jackets available. All y'all kept asking me about the custom jackets. They're now available. Get with me for the jackets. All right, episode 47. Go ahead. You got something to say after the rundown?
No, I was gonna say, yeah, you've been hustling. You had a whole bunch for him, man. Make sure y'all tap in with him, man. You've been hustling.
This is why this is called How to Hustle. Everything will be hustled. You know what I'm saying? And everything can be hustled.
That's facts.
All right, so here we go. Episode 47. Start off the year right, y'all. This is how we're gonna go for this one. Does every relationship have like a timeline? Do you grow out of every relationship? Talk to me.
Yeah, personally, man, I feel like, yeah, I think I wouldn't say every relationship. I would say majority though. I think they say on average, you have a new friend group every 5 years, right? So, I mean, that's not necessarily a bad thing neither. I think that can be real valuable insight.
My bad. Let me jump in here. Does every relationship have an expiration date? Is what the question originally was. My bad, y'all. Slow down, Hank. Go ahead. You were saying
facts. Yeah. I think the valuable part of this is that you can get used to that. You can get comfortable to that fact that every relationship you don't gotta have for life. Like some people get upset that they're like they high school friends don't text them no more, don't come hang out with them no more, and it's like, I mean, that was cool for high school, but like we grown now. Like, we got jobs, we got families and stuff, other stuff going on. We can't just chill and kick back every day.
All right, see, copy that where you was going with that. Because I would say all relationships do have an expiration date if y'all are not growing. If y'all are not growing towards the same things, if y'all not growing and evolving, like you used the high school thing, for example, me and my group of guys from high school, still talk. I'm the kind of guy who connects all the situations. I always will send out the text, like that was the last episode that I did. Shout out to Barb, is what we was really talking about on that episode was, I'll send out the text, yo, I know you just had a baby, congratulations. Yo, I ain't heard from you in 2-3 months, just checking in on y'all. And me and my man was talking from high school because we had did something together, and it was like, we have to get to know each other as guys in our mid-30s with kids. This one's married, this one's divorced, like all of those different situations that happen. It's like, yeah, when we was 17, that was my man. We was locked in every day. But I don't know this guy at 35. And It's cool for us to say that. And that's the same thing with your relationships and any relationships. If you talk a relationship between you and your man, two girls that have been friends since they was 7, or however you want to work that out, it could be even in your marriage, where Y'all might have been great for each other at 25 when y'all got married, but now here at 35, at 37, at 45, maybe y'all ain't growing to the same things. Maybe y'all don't click the same way that y'all used to. And it could be the same way with your group of friends. Maybe when we was just chilling on the block, that was cool for us. But it's like some niggas still want to chill on the block at 48. Some niggas want to do other things. Like
No, and that's
so,
facts. I think that's a dope way to look at it because it's like it's not necessarily the relationship with the person that expires. It's necessarily the idea of growth. It's like where we were going is like we were both on the same path until this point, and then now it's like we got to figure something else out. We got to re-get to know
we
each
got
other.
copy. We got to find a mutual ground to meet on now. When it was, you got some friends who, when it was, let's go bust down everything, and we hitting the parties every night, we in the bar every night. You got that homie that you was with every day back in those days, and you ain't heard from this nigga though in 6 months now, because like you said, you got kids and a career, and you got things going on, and it's like, cuz is still on that wave, and it's like, yeah, I mean, it's cool to go to the bar, get a drink, and relax, but that's not what I really want to spend my majority of my time on. I don't even want to talk about 2011, like. That
I mean,
happened
you only get
already.
talking about 2011, but so many times before the topic of the conversation need to change or, like you said, evolve into something different.
Copy.
Like,
Go ahead.
no, like I was gonna say, one of my close friends that I grew up with, we still cool today, but our relationship evolved in a different way. Like you said, the reason that I would say that particular high school or middle school relationship didn't expire is because we kind of both of our paths kind of grew into the same lane. He does he's like a YouTube creator, so he does like reactions and stuff on YouTube. So we kind of grew into each other because when it came to a point where I needed help to grow a YouTube channel or learn about that aspect of the business, that person was there for me. That mutual person was there to know about that thing, and we was able to come together and hang out and chill. But based on the basis of this mutual thing that we have in common.
See, this is the one thing too. Like people try to most people usually go negative with everything, and they'll try
Right.
to weaponize against you. Like, oh, you changed when such and such happened. Like, how come you don't want to do this, that, or whatever no more? And it's like you might be in the same situation saying that to somebody else, but it's like you gotta understand, like, if we still doing the shit that we was always doing, then how do we ever grow? How do we ever get any better? We can't still be making the same decisions as we was making at 20. Like, I would tell people this all the time. I blew an income tax check in a weekend when I didn't have a wife and no kids.
Damn.
Me and my cousin hit a couple of parties, and when I went to go to the bank I went to the market that Sunday, and the card got declined. I'm like, what the fuck happened?
It's over.
Like, but now, man, your shit be so mapped out. That's what I'm saying. You be like, I just gave you my rundown. So clearly I ain't just doing the shit that I used to do. Like,
Right. You wouldn't be able to keep up with doing
you
so
wouldn't be able to
much.
keep up with all of the shit that you got going on, and the reason why you're doing it. Like, for some people, it's like having kids changes everything. Getting married changes everything. Somebody dies changes everything. Uh your mom getting sick, your dad, it could be anything that just changes everything for you. Like, everything could change in an instant. And
This is a fact.
you might never look at the world the same again. And some people you'll have that conversation with, they'll totally understand it and they'll get it. Some people won't. And the reason why I took a long way to get to it was saying they'll weaponize the situation, telling you like that you changed about the shit. And it's like, yeah, but I changed for a reason. I had to have changed if I was going to grow and evolve and now be the person that is heading a household, a person that's raising kids, like a person that's something that somebody else is aspiring to do. Because this was something else that I talked to somebody about, and I don't even remember which episode that was, but shouts out to all the locked in listeners who are gonna hit me and say, "Oh yeah, it was this episode."
That's
Um,
facts.
it's the person that's the little girl, the little boy across the street that watches you leave every morning to go, that goes to work. The person that you are inspiring and don't even know. Like I said again, shout out to Barb again, because like last week's episode of the previous episode, Barb said, when you go through that rundown, it inspires me. Like, I love to hear that you're doing all of that shit. Shout out to my man Bruce Leroy. Bruce told me when I hear the rundown coming, I know I can get my shit together because I know I got at least 45 seconds. Like, so
Facts.
you always got to be thinking about those different things though. Like, man, you can't still be doing the same shit. If you're still doing the same shit, this was something like that we talked about in the seminar. Shout out to T for this one. I'm intentionally doing all these shout outs, y'all. T said, like, I got to get out of my comfort zone. And if you never get out of your comfort zone, you're going to continue to get the same shit that you always got if you never did anything to change your circumstances.
This is facts. This is facts. And it was crazy because we talking about relationships today. And I think what's important is to go over that the people that you do build relationships with, they should be able to understand that. They should be able to understand that fact that this relationship, this connection that we have is based off of that growth level. Like what do we mutually have in common? And when those things change, or that the dynamics of this relationship is going to change as well, and they should be able to understand it as a grown person.
But if we both didn't evolve and grow in that situation, and how we not going to both understand that, it's an ideal situation is that, you know, in our mid 30s, 40s, 50s, that we all grew and evolved. But sad part is some people just have birthdays and some people grow and evolve. Some people grow and evolve at 14.
Damn,
Like I
I like
said,
how you said that.
like I
So some
said, some
people just
things,
have birthdays.
some people
Damn.
just have birthdays. But like, think about that 14-year-old who watching his 11-year-old sister, his 6-year-old brother. He's growing and evolving more, or he or she is growing and evolving rapidly, more rapidly than anybody else, like in their age bracket, because they're having to deal with real shit. They're having to worry about what's for dinner tonight. What are we going to eat? I got to get out of school at this time so I can go pick him up and go pick her up. Like, so that person has to grow faster than the other person who's been sheltered and getting dropped off at school every day. So you got to use
That's valuable.
them same type of things don't happen as you become an adult. Like, some people have kids and don't realize that it's not longer about you and it's about this child. The decisions that you make have to be about what is best to put my child in a better situation than I had. It can't be about, yo, you know, my man birthday today, we sliding down to the bar.
See,
And
and I think that's a choice, though. I think that's like a choice. Like when you get to a certain age, your brain has the capability and the function, like the literal function, to able to comprehend those type of decisions. So it's you have to subconsciously or consciously make that choice. Like, all right, I'm going to choose to spend my day figuring how to be a man and figure out how to organize myself as a business and have more things out of life, or I'm just going to try make it seem like I'm enjoying life by going to the bar every weekend. Like, that's a choice every person makes, especially at a certain age, especially when we talking about 25 and 30-year-olds.
especially too, you gotta start to realize like that you gotta make better decisions. Like I said, once you have, this was something that goes back to, shouts out to my sister Sherelle. This was the family, why is a family as important as it was episode. It was one of those things where, shit, I lost my train of thought. Fuck.
No, you all good. You all good, bro. You know,
Oh
shout out
man,
to the sis. He thinking hard on
damn,
what you told him.
I forgot what it was, bro. Damn. But yeah, this is one of them situations where talking like about this topic, like same way like you went to the high school situation. The dude that you might not have been that cool with, now like you said, you get into a different space, and this dude's a YouTube creator, and he's the perfect person for you to link with right now.
Right.
So even those relationships that may not have been that strong as fit at 15, those relationships can evolve into, this is my fucking man at 40,
That's a
because
fact.
we on the same tip. Damn, I
Right.
really lost the train of thought. I can't
Right.
remember what I
Literally,
was.
like really based on the principle of what you got going on versus what you actually look like, what you want to do, or what you're trying to get out of the situation. I think a lot of the relationships I built, even my one with getting on the radio, shout out 106.5, shout out Philly Cam.
We getting there.
That
We getting there. I got you. I
yeah,
got you.
that experience, that really just came from developing that relationship. The relationship I built with the executive producer and host Isaac Patterson, that just was, we just went to school together. We just happened to go to the same HBCU and have that same mindset of, you know, Black entrepreneurship, and that connected us into something further later on.
There we go. It just came back to me. Um,
Let's
this is
go.
what
He
it
said it
was.
came
That
back.
episode. It was the this thing they call it the burden of knowledge.
Okay.
Once you have the burden of knowledge, you no longer have the excuse of ignorance. When you understand that now I got to make better decisions because I'm at a different point in my life. You have to make those better decisions. You can't stay like, yeah, I know my daughter gonna need, she needs some new sneaks, or she want me to come to this game. She wants me to watch this show with her, but fuck that, because I want to do this, that, or whatever. And you know that you going to go do this, that, or whatever. It might put you in a worse situation than just staying in the house with her. I was off today, and guess what I did all day? Sat there with my daughter, watched Cocomelon while I did a bunch of business stuff all day. I caught a couple of seconds of NBA Today, and other than that, it was Cocomelon me down. Like,
Right.
because I understand that it's deeper than rap sometimes. Like I said, once you have that understanding, and once you have to get to that understanding, everybody don't get to that understanding. That's the problem.
See,
That's
and
how
that's
y'all end up growing apart from each other.
and that's where the expiration comes in. It's right there. It's like once there's that disconnect of this person doesn't understand the growth pattern, this person doesn't understand the concept of making the decision to do better. Like, and it's not even like, oh, the corny, oh, I'm just trying to do right. No, it's like, bro, it's 2020, about to be 2022. Like, we need more black businesses. We need more successful black people to talk about. That's ultimately what it's about. It's creating value, not just for you and your family, but you also creating value for us as a people.
See, that's why I talked about though, and constantly bring like that up as far as the little girl, the little boy across the street that's watching you do all of this. And because even just
Facts.
using them people as an example, it could also be the person who followed you on Instagram, your dude you went to school with, who y'all don't really talk like that, but you doing this, that, or whatever can inspire him. Like for me, I ain't never the type. This was another episode that I did. Shout out to Bruce again. It's about, for me, if I see that my folks get something and it's like, damn, he just got on such and such radio station. That's what's up. I'm glad he did that. I don't look at the shit and be like, well, my downloads versus his downloads, and how can he do? I ain't that type person. Cause it's like my whole thing is I tell everybody this when I have these one-on-one conversations with them is I want us all to win to the point where when I'm trying to get the first class. And when I get there, I want to turn around and see my man is here with his girl. My other man is over here with his girl. My other man is over here in coach, but he's on his way up here. But if I'm trying to talk this first class shit to you and you can't make a left, right, and don't know where the airport is at, how the fuck is we ever going to talk about this shit?
That's a fact.
You don't even know that the airport just right the fuck there and flights don't cost that much money because you ain't got that kind of perspective. You ain't looking at it that way. And when I try to explain it to you, you ain't there yet.
See, this is my thing. What I do is, and this is always like the test for people. For me, is when you tell somebody something, if they go look it up for themselves. Like, I love that friend that, or even acquaintance, that person you tell them something, they go home, look it up, and then come back to you like, yo, bro, so I looked it up and I found this out. And I'll be like, sometimes I'll be like, oh, yeah, right. And this person, I know about it and we have a good discussion about it. Or it's like, I didn't know that. You just taught me something new. I'm glad you went and searched it and didn't have me sounding dumb. Thank you for, so I'm now correct. You know what I mean? Like, that's always good because now you don't, you actually have genuine people around you. That's like, I feel like that's the most genuine test is that a person will not let you tell them something wrong or tell other people.
Copy that. All right, let's switch it up a little bit now. Let's talk a little bit about you. You brought it up, like the way you threw that in there slightly, but I told you I'm point guard the situation. I got you. Let's talk.
Oh, hey, bro, listen, I let you dribble the
106
ball.
spot.
Had to throw a couple passes. I mean,
that's what I always tell niggas. I'm a ball dominated guard. I'm top of the key. I call the play. Sometimes it might be ISO for Hank to hit the fadeaway. Jay was always on the beam.
Let's go.
But all right, let's talk about 106.5.
Let's go, man. Yeah, Philly Cam. Yeah, shout out to Philly Cam. So it's definitely it's a nonprofit organization, man, designed to empower the community and get people that create content in the community, like me and you, who got podcasts. Other people who maybe you have like some type of YouTube channel you got going on, and you want to get that show on the TV. This organization, this community station was built for that purpose, man. So y'all can get y'all content out there to a wider audience and to the people in Philadelphia and South Jersey. So, hopefully throughout the more years, they only been in business and operation. Philly Cam itself as a TV station been in operation since 2016. So that's about like 10 years. But WPPM, the radio station attached, 106.5 FM, has only been attached for the last 5 years. So everything is new, man. We a baby for real to the radio game, to the media world. We still a baby, but we really been putting on. We've been putting a lot of different creators out there. We just myself, as a producer on the station, I had many catalysts to the culture and creators from the city, in New Jersey, Delaware come through, even New York. I even feature some artists from Atlanta, just come through, spit game, and share some insight on how they, develop their career as an independent, man. And that's what it's all about.
Tell me one or two of the things that you've learned through working with Philly Cam.
Oh man, I could tell you a lot more than one or two, bro. But I'll say the most valuable
podcast drive through. We don't like to give them the full clip. This makes your second appearance. I told you.
Ooh, he said no, it's the drive through one. All right, facts. So I'm gonna just give you the two most valuable. I would say the first thing I learned that was the most valuable thing I learned from Philly Cam was like licensing. You definitely got to protect yourself in this industry. There's a lot of snakes, there's a lot of stuff going on. So and people that do good business know good business. So when you first get into it, people will realize you're doing good business because you doing it the right way. That's the first thing. And the second thing, most valuable thing I learned from Philly Cam was just create, just do you. Because everyone is gonna get into that lane or get into that field, but you gotta remain true to how you started and what you wanted to do. So that way you always stand out from all of the new people that come in, all the people that existed before. So look, like those are the two most valuable things I would say I learned from, being a content creator over at Philly Cam.
The reason why I asked that was because I know I watched the first video that you get when you go on the Philly Cam site.
Yes.
And it breaks down a bunch of the different things that you can be taught, a bunch of the different classes and things that you can get. So that was a quick little jab for the listeners. You know what I'm saying? When you go to, let them know where to go to listen to that.
Yo, yeah. You can go to phillycam.org. Go to the become a member tab, and that video would be there.
Copy that. See, I told you, point guard, 10 dimes a game.
Yeah, I mean, or if they really interested, just shoot me a DM, man. We always can have a discussion, man. Just shoot me a DM. I'm a real.
Tell them where to shoot you that. Tell them where to shoot you that DM.
Yeah, follow me on Instagram at official DJ JSO. You know what I mean? You can follow our business page at the Mic 106.5, man. And you can check out the website, the Mic 1065.com.
Since you are a DJ and you saying you got music, let me know the two artists right now that you banging that you really mess with that people don't really know that much about.
Oh man, the first one I'm gonna come right off the top. CMC Guapo, man. If y'all haven't heard about CMC Guapo, man, he a Detroit artist. I don't know if y'all know. Obviously, I know y'all know who T Grizzly is, man. I know you most likely know who T Grizzly is. You ever heard T Grizzly?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So that's that type of rap. So that if you bang with T Grizzly, he got that type of sound to him. It's definitely, man, I think all of his music a vibe. And I would say the second person I would say I've been banging a lot of, I'm Sauce Walker. And it's funny, I don't know which state I'm still trying to figure out what state he from, but he definitely sounds like a
Walker or Sauce.
Sauce Walker. Yeah, Sauce Walker. Yeah.
Sauce Walker. Okay. Yeah. Sauce Walker like Houston.
Houston or something. Yeah, I know it was some type of southern. Yeah. But
Sauce Walker murdered the verse on the joint with Propane on
all right. So all right. So
the Get Out joint.
So you heard of one of the. I think
it's Get Out. He murdered that verse. I think he booked now too though. So name Free Sauce Walker.
Yeah, free the sauce. You know what I mean? Like, I definitely be on the search for like independent artists or artists that's like new that people haven't heard of. Like I'm definitely always on the tube, always in Spotify, searching for new artists and new music. And if it's dope, I always add it to one of my playlists and I get it spinning, man.
For those artists who are listening, let them know where they can submit their music and all of that. Because I got a catalog I can send you artists.
Oh man, yeah. Listen, you or anybody else interested in getting on a mic or getting your music out there, man. Listen, first thing I'm gonna say is I always do a contest each week, or sometimes it's every other week, but I throw a contest up where I spin one song for free, always, because it's for the support, for the love. Just something my way of just giving back to the independent artists. So definitely always check me out on Instagram for that. And if you want to do a regular submission, you can submit your music for free to voicethemic@gmail.com. Make sure in the subject you put music submission in your artist name. Make sure you send the MP3. Make sure you send a short bio, man, and make sure I got your streaming links in your most recent video. And then
Copy that.
If it's a go, if everything get approved, you're gonna get that email back, you know what I mean, to book everything up and set everything up.
This is one more thing I'm gonna throw at you before we get done, because I was listening to the joint that you sent me, and y'all was doing like reviewing some artist music.
Yes,
You
sir.
need clean versions of the music, because I know my man had the one joint and he was if off every other word. Like his
Right.
joint had to keep getting clipped, which he
So
clearly didn't record a clean version of that.
exactly. So no, you don't always have to have a clean version of the song, but having a clean version of the song, you know, put you in the front of everybody else who don't, because we don't want to sit there for an hour. I actually did a funny video on the gram about this, like, because you the song be sounding so hot, but then you get mad when you go to like wanting to put it out, because now you got to spend 3 hours like clipping every other word so you
That's
can
why I
actually
said
put it out.
it was like I think it was like the third song, because I think y'all played like 5 songs on the joint, but my man had like every other word. That shit was like if y'all was like, all right, yeah, we're gonna have to cut this one off. It's like you can't even hear what the fuck he's saying. But
Exactly. So yeah, if you want to put yourself in the front runner, man, I tell artists all the time, just have multiple versions, had the explicit and had the clean. So when you want to get on radio, like real FM radio, like, and you got people that need content that's non-explicit, you got that available to them. So you don't miss no consumers, you don't miss no new listeners.
all right, copy that. DJ JSO, bro, appreciate you coming on. That was the first episode of 2020. What is this, 2?
Yes,
Shout out
sir.
to
Let's go. Happy New Year.
Shouts out to everybody. Happy New Year. Appreciate y'all hitting the button. Also, damn, I forgot about this one. The wristbands are still available. Wristbands are available. $2 a shot or free with any purchase from Custom Hustle jerseys. That was episode 47, y'all. See y'all February 20th at the Barno live show. How to Hustle a live show. We are